Hello.
My time is precious, so make it quick.
Ah, a servant. Yeah, servant.
What's this regarding?
Bretons turned derp with Morrowind. I know they were generic goody-goodies in Daggerfall, mostly, human race, but that's kind of refreshing sometimes. Yes, thank you very much. We should be free from distraction here. Now, I said I'd tell you about Neverwing cult, so you can report back to Chaos. And I don't know of any 6th house cult, but I can tell you what I know. To understand Neverwing cult, you must understand the history of the Ashlanders. Neverwing means something very different to the Ashlanders from what he means to the Dunmer of the Great Houses. You should also know about the persecution of the Neverwing and the legacy of the false incarnate, for the Neverwing cult is at the heart of the ancient conflict between the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled Great House Dunmer. Here's a summary for Chaos, but ask your questions and I'll answer in detail. You can just read that history if you want. I'll just read it. In the first hour, the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled House Dunmer clans were much alike, but after the First Council and the formation of the Great Houses, Ashlanders have been steadily forced into the poorest and most hostile lands. Now the nomadic tribes look to the prophesied return of Neverwing for restoration of the ancient rites and religious traditions. The temple treats the Neverwing prophecies as heresy, and the temple imprisons and executes heretics unless prevented by imperial law. But since the Neverwing cult is hostile to the Empire does not interfere with the temple persecutes of the cult. Ashlanders hate the Empire and they also hate the Empire, but they hate the temple, and particularly the Ordinators, for the ruthless treatment of the Neverwing cultists. Let's see the 6th house. I've never heard of such a thing. House Dagoth was the 6th house, but in the War of the First Council they betrayed the other great houses, and were destroyed for their treason. But I've never heard of anyone worshipping them. Dagoth, the ancient head of House Dagoth, is the devil of the tribunal faith, but I have never heard of anyone worshipping him either. Yes, burst off. In the meanwhile, I will go to the temple, so our spell won't fail.
It was.
You call me it? Huh.
Speak, traveler.
Let's see if you have any spells for me. You don't. Mehra Milo. Isn't that the library in the library of Vivek? That's here in the Vivek Temple Carton, in the Hall of Wisdom section. That's the lower levels on the eastern side of the Carton. It's a bit of a maze in there, just keep looking. That is... now I can't remember what it's called. It's called the Ministry of Truth, but it also has a name. The moon itself. No, it's not that. I'll get back to you on that.
Not now, Outlander. I'm waiting. Let's not make this official.
Yes, I'm Mehra Milo. Can I send you? Follow me into the back of the library. We can't talk here. But yeah, apparently Sheogorath tricked this little moon to hurl itself at Vivek City, where Vivek made a simple gesture at the heavens, and la 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 la, it stopped and swore, yeah, to serve the tribunal. Anyway, go ahead. I'm afraid I don't know anything about the 6th house cult, but I can tell you about Neverwing cult. The temple worships Neverwing as a saint and hero, but prophesies of his reincarnation are punished as wicked heresy. The Neverwing cult claims the tribunal are false gods, hence the temple's persecution of the Neverwing cult. A group called the Dissident Priests disputes temple doctrines on Neverwing prophecies. The prophesized book, the proscribed book, The Progress of Truth, describes their beliefs. Get a copy of Progress of Truth for Chaos Crusaders. That will tell him things he needs to know about Neverween cults. This book lists the disputes of the dissident priests with the Tribunal Temple doctrines. The Temple have outlawed the sale of or possession of the book, so it will be hard to find. We have a copy here, but I fear I'm being watched by ordinators here. A safer plan would be to search local booksellers. Some booksellers ignore temple bans and outlaw books for profits or for principles. I do not care for the temple politics, but I have read Progress of Truth and it troubles me. I have friends, former priests who have gone into hiding, so I'm bound to come to the attention of the ordinators. I'm careful, but I'm afraid. I'm no secret alien like you, or Chaos. Sooner or later, I too must go into hiding. If it is not too late. When you return to Chaos, tell him I'm worried, and that if something goes wrong, I will leave a message under the Greek code word Ameia. Indeed. So, I think we know where we can get this book from our good friend Jobasha, where we just were. Whoopsie-doo.
I will listen, Outlander.
Otherwise, the Progress of Truth should be one of the books. Yeah, that is. You should be able to steal it, but I don't think we can here. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention, everyone loves Vivek on the law farms and all that. He's like, la, he's the ultra love guy of everyone. No pun intended. Love is actually a term Vivek is associated with. We will get into that later. My point in case, Vivek isn't that complex a character, but I'm looking at it from a role-playing critic's point of eyes. I don't find it three-dimensional. Some of his background story is rather fascinating, especially the moral compass of his past deeds, but I don't find him that complex. It's mostly just obscure text written by Michael Kirkbride that has caused everyone to go fanboy over him. But oh well. Now we need to go into the waterworks. Yeah, it's down there. Down here, and here. St. Olms. That is the Prophet Veloth leading his people, the Chimer, from, I guess, the Somerset Isles, and to an exodus to the promised land of Morrowind. Hence the term for Dunmer being the Velothi. There's our contact. Great, okay, says you speak with Addhiranirr, and you have done this thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna call her Cat. And you have done this thing. You're speaking with Cat, but Cat will not talk to you about Neverween or the Sixth House cults. Because why? Because Cat is at this moment very distracted by a nice census and excise agent who also wants to speak with her. You do not know this? They are the collectors of the Emperor's taxes and tariffs, and the Emperor has outlawed trade in many things, like Dwemer artifacts and ebony, and a census and excise agent will enjoy being a pest about such things. For several reasons, a census and excise agent is not Cat's favorite person. If you want Cat to help you make the bad agent go away, then she will tell you things. Sure. Yes, but not from you. I need to go up. It is a guy over here.
Go ahead. Now, where did I put that?
I'm looking for a friend of mine, a female Khajiit named Cat. Do you know where I can find her? Yes, her name is Cat, and she is a Khajiit. Do you know where I can find her? Yes, she just took a gondola to the mainland. What a disappointment. But thank you for your time. I was just heading back to the mainland myself. Anyway... and maybe I'll run into her there. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Not from you, no. We shall follow in the Prophet of steps. Oh.
Why do you approach?
So, you are the one Cat must thank for getting rid of this annoying census and excise agent. Indeed, Cat is very glad to see you, and very happy to tell a friend of my good friend Chaos all about the Sixth House calls. And Cat knows nothing about Neverine. But Cat is happy to tell you that too, if it makes Chaos happy. Ask away, friend Volaryon. This Cat knows about, because it is about smuggling. Some smart smugglers are suddenly too busy for their old clients, because they have a new employer at the Sixth House, who pays very well. But what do they smuggle now? Cat doesn't know, because they're very secret, and this is odd, because their smugglers are always loud and bragging, and now they hush like fat-bellied kitties, full of sweetmeats. Yes, Cat knows this never been called, it's just silly superstition. So you tell Chaos this, nobody in her right mind pays any attention to this moon yowing. Prophecies and ancient heroes reborn and other silliness. Fuzzy tales for little kitties. Well, you know, boo-hoo. In a dream, a tall figure with a golden mask reached you, saying, "There are many rooms in the house of the Master. Be easy, for from the hands of your enemies I have delivered you. It seems you had died and could see yourself lay upon a table lit by candles, but with your own hands you've touched the figure, and the figure drew breath, opened eyes, and rose from the table. Then the room was gone, and the whole world filled with light, and you awoke." Yeah, I've had that dream too. Okay. You dreamed that a tall figure with a golden mask spoke to you, but you understood not a word. He smiled and seemed pleasant, but when he reached to touch you, it terrified you, and you tried to escape, but you couldn't move. You tried to cry out, but you couldn't make a sound. The figure kept smiling and talking, but you felt sure he was trying to cast some sort of spell on you. When you woke, you couldn't recall how the dream ended. I just want my mana back. Oh, magic, I'm sorry.